God bless each and every one of you guys. We are in the middle of the morning drive right now with the one and only, our beloved DJ Young and Up. We are in here jamming right now. We truly appreciate each and every one of you guys. Hold on, City. Give me 1 second
it's
here.
Your girl, Sunny J. Catch me on the only place to get your mornings started right.
Thank you for letting us know that this is the only place on earth where you get your morning started right. City J. Good morning, guys. God bless each and every one of you guys. It is Motivational Monday. It is Monday, November the 7th, 2022, 14 minutes after the hour. Welcome to the Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring Wake Up Team with Cindy J. Only place on earth where you get your morning started right. God bless each and every one of you guys. I hope you guys are okay out there this morning, this glorious morning. The chat room is wide open, or you can call in. The number's 570-982-6950. Distributed by Comedy World Network. We appreciate the guys over there. Thank you so much. Shout out to our FM stations throughout the country and everybody else that's listening. Thank you. Big shout out to Rochester, New York, 100.9 WXIR up there. We appreciate you as well. The Shawn Harvey Morning Show is an easy show to find. You could Google the Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring Wake Up Team. All the links come up, guys. We truly appreciate you. We're on all social media platforms and all podcast platforms. Type in Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring Wake Up Team. All the links come up. Like I said, you will find this show. It's a very easy show to find. Join our group on Facebook, Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring the Wake Up Team Facebook group. Awesome group, and we appreciate you guys over there. Thank you. Good morning, guys. This is Motivational Monday. We are in the building, but I want to tell you this before I call on the beloved Cindy J. This is where you get your morning love, but most importantly, it's the only place on earth where you get your morning started right. Cindy J, God bless you. The third camera's on you. The world see you. Your skin's looking good. You're looking good in black. Your hair looks good. Your fingernails look good. Your hands are clean. You're straight. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Shawn. I'm doing great. Good morning to everyone listening. We have a great show for you today. We're going to get started with Sunny Says, where I will let you know what's going on in Hollywood and entertainment news. So you definitely want to stick around for that. We also are going to have front page news with Sunny J, where I will let you know what's going on locally, nationally, and globally. So I cannot wait to tell you all about that.
Well, good morning, Cindy. Cindy, we're going to play a quick commercial from our friends, and then we're going to go.
House the Runway presents Winter Fashion Getaway, January 6th through the 8th, 2023, featuring New Jersey's CEO, WBLS DJ Antoine Qua and Friends. Comedy and live podcast featuring Shawn Harvey and the Wake Up Team. Book your rooms now. This event will sell out. For more information, contact Marco at 973-262-6729. Payments are via Cash App only. $ House the Runway. Let's get away. House the Runway buses will be leaving from Irvington, New Jersey.
Cindy, you want to say something else about that, bro?
Yes, I want to say that we are keeping the ball rolling in the new year, and we will also be at the House the Runway Presents the Winter Fashion Getaway. We will be doing a live podcast taping there, and that is in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. So we definitely, anybody near or far willing to come out, it's another opportunity to see us. So we hope that you all can make it. You want to make sure that you start booking your rooms fast now because they are selling out. You can contact Marco at 973-262-6729, and I hope to see you all there. We can have some fun in the snow. Ooh.
Well,
I might ski, Shawn. I don't know. You know, all the years I lived in the Poconos and I never went skiing. So maybe I'll do it this time with some friends.
Well, thank you for sharing. And Sydney, we'll let them know at the end of the show what's going on again. So, guys, if you live in the Pennsylvania area, y'all come on out for the getaway weekend, January 6th through the 8th. And Sydney, myself, and Miss Miko will be there podcasting live. So we appreciate the promoters, DJ Quad, Marcos, and everybody else. So y'all come on up and hang out with us on January the 6th through the 8th. The podcast will be on that Sunday, so we appreciate you. And speaking of podcasts, Cindy J, we're back at Comedy in Harlem. I give the date tomorrow. Yes. I will. It's December the 15th or the 17th. I'll give you that date. I'm saying this.
Keep those 3 days clear.
Keep those days clear. 15th to the 17th. We're coming right back to Comedy in Harlem. Shawn Harvey Morning Show, Wake Up Team. Thank you so much. Live podcast. And this time, Cindy J, we have a special guest. This time, we're changing everything around. We work the kinks out. We appreciate everyone for coming out, and we're going to make it better. Even though it was a great experience the last time, but the bar is set high with this podcast on live performances, so we appreciate you. Now, Cindy, it's good to see you. Before I get into my whole little thing, how was your weekend?
It was fine. I actually went out with Tamiko on Saturday. We went to go get brunch with one of her friends, and it was so nice. And we went to Regalsville Inn. I didn't even know about this place, but it was super good. And then Sunday, I was actually in the Berg, Stroudsburg to be exact. I wanted to go to where did I want to go? I wanted to go to Bacon Fest, and I'm so upset because I didn't go Saturday, and I should have went Saturday. But Mika was like, no, I'm going Sunday. And so I was like, okay. And then she didn't even hit me up. I'm going to call her. But Sunday, I didn't get to go because it was raining. And even though they do it rain or shine, I just didn't feel like walking around in the rain. And I don't have an umbrella, so I was like, I'm going to have to buy an umbrella. It's going to be a big thing. But it was raining really bad in Stroudsburg. But in Easton, I don't think it was raining as bad. So I kind of just like psyched myself out of that. So I'm kind of upset. But I have gone before, so I already knew what it was about. But I wanted to go to, what's that restaurant called? Three Oaks? The Oak? Wood Oak? Something
Oak
like that.
Downtown Easton?
Yeah.
Okay.
Last year when I tried to go, their line was like 2 hours long to get the bacon cheeseburger. So I wanted to go this year and get it. So sad. Well, I mean, I guess I can go there any other day and get it, right? And there's supposedly this new black-owned place called Slabs and Crabs. And I wanted to go there. You'll be fine. Next year I'll be fine, I guess. I don't need all that bacon. Well, bacon ice cream, guys.
Yeah,
it's
Bacon
good.
Fest is
I had
awesome.
that last year.
I've been there.
You didn't go?
No, I'm going to get into that in a minute.
Oh.
I just wanted to, before I got into my whole thing, I wanted to see what you was doing this weekend. Because, Cindy,
it was low-key. I went out with my children's father, right? Oh. Because I went to Stroudsburg, and I was supposed to meet up with a friend, but she ghosted me. So I'll talk about that another day. Okay. But so I was bored because when we were supposedly supposed to meet up, he was like, there was some time in between. And, I didn't really want to sit around my mom's house and all that. I had just seen them last week. So I was like, what can I do? Oh, so I called him because I wanted to go get a drink. So I was like, who can pay for my drinks? And I was like, oh, yeah. So I called him up. I was like, what are you doing? He was like sleeping or whatever. So I went by his place and I was like, get up and take me to go get something to drink. And he was like, what? How you just come over here to make me spend money? I was like, because it just makes sense. So we went out to the winery and I tried this mango habanero wine. It was so gross, but I did a video. Do you guys want to see it? Yes. Put a 1 in the chat room because I made like I recorded myself when I was taking the shot because I wanted to record him doing it. He was like, you always want to record somebody else. Let me record you doing it. Right. So I was like, I'll record myself. So I did it, and it was so disgusting, Shawn. I don't even know why they sell this. But they said people use it for like cooking. So it's like a cooking wine people can use. Whatever. It was gross. But I guess I'll post it. I'll see. Because my face was really nasty.
Well, put a number 1 for me. I definitely want to see that. And before I get into this whole thing, two things. Two questions come up in you just sharing. And welcome to the show, guys. Motivational Monday. Only place on earth where you get your morning started right. We're back in New York City mid-December. I'll give you the date. We also got Harvest Fest in here next Friday, so we got a lot going on. Two questions come up before I get into my whole thing, Cindy. And welcome to the show, guys. Like and share the show, please. Even to our veteran listeners.
Yeah, y'all getting lazy.
Yo, your vets are sitting there parked.
I was like, we got all these views and we got 6 shares? Yeah. What is
Thousands of views, 6 years.
What is that about?
On social media.
What is going on, y'all?
My vets. My 5 stars. My colonels in the chat room. The executive board.
Y'all.
The executive board of the chat room. Get your lazy asses back to work. Don't let me start calling out your names. My executive board, you know who you are. You're parked every morning. Start sharing again. Like, remember when you first started listening to the show? Let's go. How many times I keep telling y'all, stop sharing this good podcast to yourself. You can't do it.
Yes.
Now, let me finish. First thing come to mind, CJ. Boy, you and Tamiko's been really hanging out lately. What's going on?
Yeah, I love it.
What's going on with that?
We're forming a sisterhood. I love Tamiko.
Okay.
Love you, girl.
Okay, I don't want.
She's the best.
Oh, and Tiff Simmons, she's gonna call in tomorrow. I'm sorry.
Hey Tiff, good morning.
The attorney from Atlanta. I apologize.
Attorney from Atlanta,
yeah,
hey girl.
Yeah, I apologize. I'm gonna hit you up after the show, and we're gonna make this happen. That's my fault. You know it's gonna be the same story.
Send him
with
some
me.
legal paperwork, girl. Then he's gonna call you back.
Yeah, serve me some papers. Then I'll call you back.
Yeah.
No, Tiff, I'm gonna call you after the show, and then we're gonna get you in here. You have you call in tomorrow. And my second question, before I get into my whole thing, and welcome to the show, guys. We got a great show for you. Any place on earth where you get your morning started right. And I want to give a special shout out to DJ Younginut Cindy, who we've been jamming with him for the last 15 minutes on our other platforms. So if you want to hear Younginut in the morning, download the other platforms. You can hear him. We could only play a little bit of a little of Younginut's music on this platform because we can't play music. So shout out. Let's clap for Younginut.
Yay, Younginut.
We were jamming in here with you, Younginut, and started late. And Cindy, the next question before we bring up before I talk about what I was going through. So you and your baby father cool like that? You just randomly call your baby father? Like, what the F is that about? Like, who does that?
We're friends.
You're cool like that?
Yeah, I mean, we do fight. We do argue and stuff, but...
Is it safe to say, like, both of y'all are single or something, or is he in a relationship?
No, he's on the market right now.
Oh, okay.
He's gotten out of his little thing he was in for a while.
Let's clap for
that. It was very toxic. I'm happy for him.
Okay.
I'm happy for him.
So does that, because he's out of that relationship, it gives you the green light to just chop it up and call and buy me a drink and all that? This guy's on the market.
I mean, he still did it before, but it was like on the low from his girl, right?
Oh, here we go.
He had to like call me in secret.
Oh.
But like,
okay.
we didn't really like, it wasn't like to just have a normal conversation with him. Like, hey, how you doing? Like, whatever. Cause we still talk about the kids, but I'll still be like, hey, how you doing? Whatever. So to have like a normal conversation with him was almost really hard. He had to do it when he wasn't with her because she had a lot of problems or whatever. But so now that I can just, have a free relationship with him, like whatever, it's, to continue on a regular relationship with him, it's cool, yes.
But wait a minute, what about the friendly confines of, and I'm not talking about Wrigley Fields or the baseball field. You know how they go to the baseball game, they go to friendly compounds of the baseball field. What about that friendly space of you and him just being, keeping that conversation with these kids? Why all of a sudden, and good morning, guys, only place on earth where you get your morning started right. We apologize for starting late. We start on time at 7 each and every morning, but Younginut and all the other DJs play their music, and we got caught up in the music, so we apologize.
Right.
But know that we go the first 10 minutes at least of this show, we're here, go on our participating apps to hear that music from our DJs. DJ Zeem, DJ Supreme, and DJ Younginut. Hot Sauce gonna get some music, so we appreciate you. Cindy, what's going on with that? Though? I'm just saying, like, is it now that this young man is on the market? Damn, I'm getting old as hell when I say young man.
He's not a young man.
No,
He's
I'm
41.
talking about me calling another man a young man. Cindy, does it give you the liberties to?
What is the cap for, Prentice Cox? Please elaborate.
Matter of fact, I think, wait, before you do that, before we get into that, I don't want to sidebar. Let's sidebar it real quick. Could you look in that camera and apologize to this young man, if you don't mind, right there, Cindy, because you rushed him off the phone Friday. Go ahead. No, you're going to do this now. Look at that camera right there. Yeah, because you hung up the goddamn phone on him.
You
I know, but
explicitly
Cindy, the way you
said, don't
delivered,
call from
I
New
know,
York.
but
Please be from PA.
City.
And
But
the first person that's gonna call is from Brooklyn.
I know, but City.
Who 9 times out of 10 never comes to an event.
City. Oh, see, there you go. You know what?
So, and then he go call.
Yeah,
I
City.
just found it
was
ironic.
City, it was your delivery.
It was my delivery.
Look in that camera. You was right, but it was your delivery. You went, oh God, Princess on the phone. No,
was it?
Yeah.
I was just
and then
surprised.
you didn't even give him a chance. You know, City, let me ask you this. I spoke to Princess about this before we get back on track on a Motivational Monday. I called Princess as a grown-ass man. Cindy, give me a round of applause because hold on. Cindy, give me a round of applause. I'm a grown-ass man. I called Princess, Cindy, later that night. He called me. I called him. He didn't pick up the phone. I was a little worried because, every time Princess not around, my chin starts sweating. And for new listeners, that's facts. And that happens even if I'm not in the studio and I need to get in Princess because, I value his friendship so much. And he's a family member. Then he got back to me. He said he was doing something. I can't remember. I think some kind of basketball coaching, something he was doing with sports, right? And I said to him, bro, I apologize for saying the delivery was all effed up, blah, 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 blah. And he was okay with that, right? You listening to me?
Yeah, I'm listening.
But Cindy, you rushed him off the phone. He was going to give the ticket to Vanetta George's daughter.
And why Vanetta didn't call in?
Oh my God, Cindy, don't dig the hole deeper. Cindy,
she was working for the government.
Cindy said,
Okay, let me apologize.
Hold on, wait, before you apologize. Hold on, everybody.
So we can move on with this.
Everybody. Oh. I know, we're having a great show so far, right?
Yeah.
Cindy, there go the camera right there. This is for, and boy, why did you throw Vanetta in there?
Because she stay in the chat. Why you ain't call?
Ooh. Cindy, there go the camera right there. Okay.
You need Prentice to call you. I don't understand. Okay.
Hold on. Yep, there you go. The camera's right there. See, I'm looking at it.
Good morning, Mr. Robinson. I am truly sorry for interrupting your answer to our question to win the tickets for young Maya to go to see the Black Panther. I appreciate your participation in this show every day, and I hope that you will continue after this. Have a great day.
No doubt.
Because it's a great day for a great day.
Nice. Now, Cindy, does it get... Now, Cindy, we're going back to Harlem in December. I'll give you the date tomorrow. We're going back to Harlem. See, the dude is on market right now with his liberties to do what he wants. And then I'm gonna get into my weekend.
Yes, please do. Let's get into that right now.
Okay. Cindy, why? Because he has his liberties and he's a free man now. He's a free man and he's talking about it like the old school song back in the day. Why is there a shift in conversation from just basically focusing on these kids to now, yo, what you doing? I need a drink. What? Why did that change? It should still stay the same.
What do you mean?
No, if he's not in a relationship, stay focused, stay on course. Remember the end goal. It's about them kids.
Yeah.
Why are you calling a man that you're supposed to have that kind of relationship with to now dumb it down to, yo, what you doing? Buy me a drink.
Because we're still friends. It was like, hey, what are you doing? He was laughing the whole time. He had such a great time. He was like, yo, you're so funny. He had such a good time with me. I brightened up his day. Right. So you know what I'm saying? So he was in the house not doing nothing. Lights off. Like, whoa, bro, what's going on in here?
That's Pornhub time.
Gross.
But Cindy, so you wouldn't feel a certain way if you're at the bar and you're hanging out and another broad calls and he picks up the phone and starts another conversation. You okay with that?
Yeah,
okay,
that's fine.
All right,
that's fine.
That's all I want to know. Now
that's fine because he was in that phone texting a lot. And I'm like,
yeah, there you go.
So annoyed. I was annoyed at that, but it was fine.
Welcome to the show, guys. Only place on earth where you get your morning started right. Okay, you cleared that up. You and Tamiko, sisterhood going on over there, and you have these extra liberties with the baby father. And thank you so much for apologizing to our beloved. Let me clap one more time for that.
Real productive morning this morning. It's a lot going on.
And shout out to Gwen. You see Gwen in the chat room, Cindy?
Yes.
She loves this show. Gwen, put a number one chat. I saw her Friday at the show.
Gwen Mosley?
Yeah, at the
Hey, Gwen.
She works for Doug B, who was at the taping.
Mm-hmm.
Doug, the old school guy that looked young with the heavy swag, super promoter who gives out the intro tickets.
Yeah.
She and they work together. Supreme, your music is tomorrow. They work together and we do the show in White Plains, New York on the first Fridays of the month, which we were there Friday with the band and we had an awesome time, Cindy. Right? So we did the show Friday. You know, Gwen was there, everything, everybody was working. You know, it was a beautiful time. I go back home, Cindy, right? Mm-hmm. Welcome to the show, guys. We'll have a great show today. I go back home from White Plains, New York, because remember, like I was telling you guys, my wife was sick during the week.
Yeah. Is she feeling better?
Yeah, she's good. 100% she's back. Right? And as the good husband that I am, I took care of her ass. So what I did, I was going to park at my mom's house, but I decided to go back home to check on her. Because, Cindy, I could have stayed in New York. Why? Because I had a flight I had to be in Orlando, Florida the next morning. So I bypassed my mom's house, God bless Mother Harvey, went back home to check on that wife.
God bless you, Mama Harvey.
All right, so that wife wasn't the wife wasn't barking no more, so I was good.
And God bless you, Tanya.
God bless you for putting up with.
God bless you, girl.
God
I'm going to say an extra prayer for Tanya tonight.
Real, man. The optics are horrific. and getting worse by the day.
I'm weak.
All right, so she's good, right, Cindy? Guess what? I got a 9 o'clock flight going from Newark Airport I had a connecting flight to Chicago that's going to dump me down into Orlando at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So it was a long day to fly. When these flights are direct, and I'll get into that for me. You know, you could get a direct flight from Newark to Orlando. It's like going to the Port Authority. They got 25 flights going down there every day, nonstop. Right? Now, hear me out.
Right.
I get to Newark at 9:15, right?
Okay.
No, the flight leaves at 9:15. I get to Newark at 8 o'clock, whatever time we get there.
Right. So you're at Newark.
We're ready to board the plane. They make an announcement. Flight's going to be delayed for an hour. Okay. Why? Guess what, Cindy? In Chicago, the connecting city, right? There's a windstorm out there.
Oh, no.
And the winds are gusting at 30 to 60 miles an hour. So they had a ground stop, Cindy, which means, if you don't know, there's no planes flying in or out of that particular airport.
Oh, no.
Cool. Cindy, at 10:15, an hour later, they say, yo, we're going to Chicago, which is like a 90-minute flight.
Right.
Less than 2 hours. Cindy, we get over Detroit. Guess what? The pilot goes, listen, we're going to have heavy turbulence for the next 25 minutes. He said it just like that. Whoa. Everybody sit down and shut the F up. Basically.
Heavy turbulence. That was scary.
Heavy turbulence. Cindy, and I had a window.
Did you get scared? Was your heart a little bit? Because that means anything can happen right now. I'm just letting you know, brace yourself. I've never been in really heavy turbulence. I've been in a light jolt, but not for several minutes.
Do that again. Do that again. Do that.
That I did it. But you know what I mean?
Do that again. That was weird.
Whatever, Shawn, you know
put
what
it up
I
on chat room if you want to see Cindy do that. Because that was a strange optics and a place where you took me someplace else.
Whatever. You know what I meant?
She went like this. Whoa. She went. Like she been like that's something you do on a regular. Like, what was that? Whoa. Oh,
What?
All right, City. Don't get too comfortable in here, bro. Like, I'm talking about an airplane experience, and we went to Pornhub for a second.
I don't know why.
That's like when she did that video back in the day. Remember that workout video? She like, you remember that one?
Oh my God.
City easy. All right. Can we get back?
Were you scared?
Yeah, I'm scared. Let me step up. Let me put this. No. Look at me, guys. Nope. I need visual evidence. I don't know what's going on over there. I didn't like. I feel like I was assaulted.
What?
I feel very uncomfortable right now.
Oh my God.
All right.
I'm sorry.
I'm back, guys.
I was just trying to demonstrate turbulence.
You know, are you really demonstrating turbulence or something else?
Whatever.
All right.
Were you scared?
Yeah, Cindy, he was direct and matter of fact.
Okay.
He wasn't playing. And you could hear from the tone of his voice that it was something serious is going down. Cindy, the moment he said that and got off the mic,
Yes.
the plane started bouncing up and down.
Oh my
The
God.
moment he said it. I mean, Cindy, bouncing up and down where, you know, you're on a roller coaster and you jump back up and down the seat, but the seat belts, the straps hold you down?
Yes.
Like that, Cindy?
Yes.
I said, damn, every time on the show, I always talk about a fiery death in the plane crash, and I refuse to yell Jesus. Well, there was that moment when I was about to use the big J word, and I was the only black guy going to Chicago, which I was fascinating to me at 6, 8, 9 o'clock in the morning. Chicago's one of the black capitals of the world. Why am I the only black guy on the plane? City, you know it was serious when the flight attendant looked at you and glazed in your eyes like this might be it. When the flight attendants are nervous, it's a wrap. And
Yes,
City,
that's scary.
it was so scary, and you know what it is. It's nothing you could do. There's no, I'm going to get off right here.
It's no stop the ride.
There's no stop. And City, yeah. But it feels like the plane is hitting the ground.
Yes.
Right?
And don't you want to yell out to the pilot like, you all right? Let me see what's going on.
And boom, boom, you hear boom, boom, boom. Everybody's quiet.
Nobody was saying nothing.
Nobody-
Did you look over to your neighbor?
I looked at that person. They looked at me, and that was it. And I needed that one black woman on the bus on the plane, sort of like a Dara Jackson. I needed like a Dara Jackson on the plane to yell Jesus. There was no black people to yell Jesus, and I was the only black person on it, but I didn't say it yet. And Cindy, it got worse. And then he goes up. He goes, we're going to see if we can. It said like you couldn't even understand. He said, we're going to see if we can climb up to 45. But it seemed like he was talking to somebody else.
Yeah.
Like,
it's malfunctioning, sir.
He wasn't talking to us. I don't know if he was talking to Jim. I don't know. He was like, 45, 44, 14, 14. I was like, what? What are these numbers? Who are you talking to? And I don't know. I was like, oh, my God.
You're thinking he's communicating with y'all and not who he's supposed to be talking to.
Now remember the flight attendant lady, they in the back, they're looking nervous too. Cindy, now it stopped for a minute.
Okay.
Just for a second. And then bum 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 bum. I said, I'ma die in a freaking fiery crash.
Oh my goodness.
That wife is gonna be the beneficiary. She's gonna get that freaking check. That's what I was thinking. She's going to get that freaking check and put a freaking picture of me on the freaking wall with brand new slong 2 years from now.
Yeah, that would be about correct. What, you guys been married about a year now?
I've been married for a year and a half.
Okay. A year for...
No, because you got to look that up.
A year for each morning.
Cindy, you got to look that up. The airlines, they got to cut a check when the plane crashes. I don't know what the average amount you get.
I don't think
See,
so.
Yeah, when the plane crashes, the airlines, they got to cut a check. And it's not the insurance. Cindy, it's not the insurance part. You know the insurance for the trip, and if canceled, you get a refund. Not that. They got.
But you get a check from that too, right? From your travel insurance?
Maybe. But the airlines, they give you a check. If the plane crashed, they go like, how many people was on the plane? 200. All right, good. 200. All right, get it. 500,000. You get a check. Cindy, as the plane is descending down to the, it's time to land. Cindy, the turbulence, it got even worse. Cindy, we come out the air. We're about 3,000 feet from the ground. You know, when you approach the landing, now you can see the top of the houses and the cars. So when you're at that point of the landing,
right?
Cindy, the plane. I got video, guys. I'm gonna post it online. Cindy, the wings now are doing like this. Cindy, look, the wings are like this. He's trying to land the plane. Cindy, I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, go back up. Don't land the plane. Cindy, he's doing this, and he's speeding up. The crosswinds are crazy. Cindy, I'm like, we could die. Why are you landing this plane? Just go to Orlando.
Right.
Cindy, that plane hit the ground like it crashed. Remember, he's going faster.
Right.
He's cutting through the wind. Cindy, you could tell what he's doing.
Right.
You can feel what he's doing. Like when somebody's driving the car and you feel him speeding up and turning, you know what he's trying to do.
Right.
Cindy, he's speeding up to land.
Right. So that maybe he can go so fast that the wind doesn't steer him off course.
I'm assuming that.
Because that's what the turbulence is. It's the wind pushing the plane and the plane fighting back to stay on course.
Cindy, he hits the ground at 600 miles an hour. Cindy, it took the whole runway for this guy to stop. You know, them runways are like 5 miles long. Cindy, them runways, especially the big airports, them runways, they go all the way down the block. Cindy, it took damn near the whole runway for him to stop that plane. And then we all applauded.
Oh, my goodness.
Cindy, but the journey gets even worse.
What?
We land in Chicago, right? I got an hour to connect because I had a 2-hour connection. I had an hour to connect, right, to go to Orlando. Remember? I got to get to Orlando.
Right.
I forgot about that part of the story.
Right.
I'm running through there like.
So this is just you going from Newark to Chicago? Oh, my God.
I'll get into the connecting flight in a minute because I know everybody's like, why did you taking a connecting flight when you could have just went? I'll get to that. Hold on. And your connecting flights, trust me, you can get caught up in it as well. And I'll get into that in a minute. Cindy, I get to Chicago O'Hare International Airport. Mm-hmm. Guess what? I run to the thing. I'm looking on the app. It's telling me an hour. The gate is down the road a little bit, so I'm good. It's not like I got to get on the train, the air trains and all that to get to the next terminal. Nope, right there. Right? I get over there. Guess what, Cindy? They put a delay straight from 12:45 to 3 p.m. Oh, wow. Whoa.
What?
Okay, that means instead of getting to Tampa at 4 o'clock, I'll get there at 7. Fine. The show starts at 8. I'm fine. I'm already talking to the promoter. He's like, yo, forget about the hotel. We're taking straight to the show. No problem. We got to figure it out, right?
Right.
Cindy, guess what? They make an announcement. There's a ground stop in Chicago. No planes flying in. No planes flying out. We're done. And in Denver, Cindy, the winds were going at 90 miles an hour. So they shut off from Chicago to Denver. No flights.
Wow. So this was a big air storm or something they were having.
Cindy, you know how you're in the terminal, you look at the dome, and it's a glass dome, and you can look outside, where they had like street lights on the dome, and on the domes in the city, you can see the poles like going like this.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. I don't even want to fly when it's like that. Mother Nature.
So now, guess what, Cindy? I'm like, I'm not gonna make this show, and because it's weather related, I can.
Are they still gonna pay you?
Hear me out.
Not doing the show.
Hear me out. Now, no, Cindy. Right now,
they gotta get you there.
Right now, Cindy, I'm like, F the show. F the show. Because I'm scared of what I just experienced on the plane.
Oh, yeah.
I don't give a damn about the show no more. I don't care about the show. I want to get back to Newark.
No.
I want to go back to Newark. I don't want to go to Orlando. I'm texting the guy. He's like, yo, you're still good. You're still good. You're still good. I say, I know I'm still good, but I'm looking for a flight to go back from Chicago to Newark.
No.
In the same day. Cindy, remember, There's no flights leaving or going. No, Cindy, I sat in the airport for 3 hours. You know, you sit in the airport, you see people get off the plane, get on the plane, pick up their bags. All that activity. Yeah. None of that shit. We was all sitting there like it was dawn of the day. There was no planes landing. Nothing's going on. So, Cindy, guess what?
It's so boring.
Now we got a flight going to Orlando. I'm on the app to see if I can get from Chicago back to Newark. Guess what they told me? That's not happening. What we could do for you is fly you to Florida and then fly you back to Newark. Nah, that's good because I'm going to Florida anyway.
Yeah.
Cindy, guess what?
What?
5 o'clock, they got a flight.
Okay.
The plane is there at the gate.
Yeah.
They make another announcement. Guess what?
What?
There's no pilots.
What?
There's no pilots.
How'd they get the plane over there if there's no pilots?
They said the pilots are in Cincinnati. They're going to fly here to fly you guys to Orlando. We delayed again. Cindy, guess what? 6 o'clock now. We could get a flight to Orlando. Guess what? The plane's delayed again. The storm's over. Guess what, Cindy? There's no flight attendants. So we have to wait for 2 flight attendants.
Poor customer.
Here come the flight attendants. We get on the plane. I still got a half an hour to make this show. We've landed in Orlando. Guess what, Cindy? They stopped the plane for a half an hour. You going to believe why? There was no food and beverage on the plane.
What?
Long story short, I get to Orlando at 11 o'clock. The show's over.
Oh, my goodness. 11 o'clock at night?
At night. The promoter picks me up. Show's over. I'm the show. But at this point, like I said, I don't care. I thought I was going to die.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
there was heavy, back to the story. There's heavy turbulence going from Chicago to
Florida.
They had the tail end of whatever storm.
Right.
The turbulence was not as bad as life changing my life bad. But guess what, Cindy? They suspended all food and beverage on the flight. So we're waiting for food and beverage. That never happened anyway. Cindy, I land in Orlando. Special shout out to my promoter. He's in the room most of the time. Reem Hawes. Reem.
Hey.
They took me to a really nice restaurant, CJ.
Yeah.
They took me to a really nice restaurant. When they did that, I knew they wasn't going to pay me.
They took you out to eat? What'd you get? Did you get a steak?
They took me to this really nice restaurant. It was called Yell House or Yard House. I can't remember.
In Florida?
It was in Florida. It was in Orlando.
Yard House? Let me see if I can look it up.
Oh, my God. The food was I was starving as well, of course.
And that was late. Like, you went to eat at like 11 o'clock at night?
Yeah, we got there before midnight. And we was the last ones to be served.
Okay.
And they treated me so nice. And they knew what I was going through.
Yeah. Well, that's nice.
Cindy, they dropped me off at the hotel.
Yeah.
Now it's almost 2 o'clock in the morning. Cindy, guess what? He comes back at 4 o'clock, 2 hours later. 2 hours later to get me back to the airport because I got a 6 o'clock flight yesterday morning to come back here at 8 o'clock in the morning. Cindy, we get to Orlando Airport at 4 o'clock in the morning, yesterday morning, right? Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's it. Cindy.
Yeah. It looks cool.
Don't you know that the check-in line is almost 2 hours long?
I didn't know you lying.
To get to your gate. Cindy, half the people missed the flight going from Orlando to Newark, the flight I was on at 6 o'clock in the morning. Cindy, let me tell you why I got on that flight. A week ago, I signed up for this thing called Clear in the airport where you pay a certain amount of money.
Oh, yeah, I seen that.
And they skip you through.
It's like TSA pre-check, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like a TSA pre-check, but not TSA.
Okay.
But you still enjoy the benefits of it. And the reason why I say it's not TSA because it's not in all the airports in the country.
Okay, right.
So last week when I was at JFK to fly to Florida, I signed up for it because they gave you a free trial for 3 weeks.
Okay, and what do you get
And for $189 a year, you get to skip the line.
But you know, when I went to the airport when I was going to Houston, our line wasn't too long, but they did have the TSA line was long, but the Clear line was long too. So I'm like, what they doing over there? They're doing the same thing. They had to wait.
No, it's not. I know that's your experience, Cindy.
Yeah. But I think it gets backed up sometimes.
I'm still in that window. I'm still in that window of that free trial.
Yeah.
I pull up. The line is, Cindy, there was literally about 500 to 600 people on that line.
Yeah.
Everybody was missing flights.
Yeah, and that's the line to go show your ID, right?
Right, but Cindy, Orlando is like New York. Like they have all these attractions down there. It's a very busy place.
Yeah.
Cindy, I go to the clear line. The lady says, scan your eyeballs. I scan the eyeballs. She says, look, let me see your flight information. Show her the phone. Cindy, they escorted me to the front. I didn't even have to show the lady my ID. You know how the lady want to see your driver's license and the boarding pass.
Yeah.
I didn't even have to show that. I showed the boarding.
Mm-hmm.
And Cindy, I got right
That's
past
good.
it. The people are looking at me like, what's going on here? But they escort you. The clear people, they escort you to the front of the line because you're going to get your ass kicked if you walk into the front of the line.
Yeah.
Which makes me think, maybe one day I should try walking into the front of the line without the clear situation.
And, well, they usually have people there for the clear people.
Right. They have people there. So the people escort you to the front of the line. And Cindy, the only reason why I didn't miss that plane is because I was in that free trial. Clap for me, guys.
Clap for you. Well, what else do you get with it?
That's all you get.
Because after you do that, like...
Now, they bill you $189, and for 1 year, if this clear is in the whatever airport, you can go right through.
I know, but sometimes, okay, that gets you through the process of showing your ID, but if the baggage line to check your things is backed up, you still in the back of that line,
Cindy,
too?
if you bypassing 500 to 600 people in a matter of 10 minutes, or even if it's 20 minutes, I thought it was worth it. So now my challenge is, do I continue with the clear? Because I have another week of this free trial.
I need to see what else comes with it.
That's all it comes with.
That's...
They escort you to the front of the line. But it saved my ass yesterday. I'm going to clap for those guys.
Yeah, that's good. That is good. Anytime that you can save any minutes, but I guess, too, if you get there, 2 or 3 hours like you're supposed to, you don't have that problem.
Cindy, there was a left back row of the plane. I was towards the back of the plane.
Yeah.
That whole section was, there was nobody sitting there.
Oh.
Cindy, they all
They didn't
missed
have
the flight. They all missed the flight, Cindy.
That's so horrible. I hate that.
Now, before we move on, I don't want to bore you guys. Now let's go back to Wild Connected. Why didn't I have a nonstop flight to Florida, to Orlando from Newark City? This is why, real quick. This is why. Remember about a month and a half ago, they had the big hurricane down in Florida? Remember they had that whole thing in Tampa and it was flooding out there?
Yeah.
Remember we talked about that on this show? It was a hurricane out there.
Hurricane Ian?
I don't know what the name of that. You guys remember that they had a hurricane down there about a month and a half ago?
Okay, well, yeah, they're always having hurricanes down there.
But they had a big one down there.
Did they? I don't think it was in Florida.
Cindy,
I thought it was
you
in
giving
Texas.
the news here. They had
I know, but I thought it was in
6
Texas.
weeks or less than 2 months ago, they had big flooding down in
Okay, so
Tampa.
they had a big flood. Okay, so then what happened?
Put it up on chat room if you guys.
I don't remember there being in Florida.
Cindy, this was national news.
Was it Hurricane Ian?
I don't know the name of the hurricane, but it was a hurricane.
Okay.
Cindy, the promoter is, obviously he's purchasing the ticket for me to get to Florida, right? Mm-hmm. With the deposit. And shout out to my promoter, Kareem, man. Love you, bro. Yo, you a
Okay, yeah, they're saying there was a hurricane down in Florida.
You a straight up promoter, bro. He's the type of promoter, Cindy, when you land, he got car service waiting for you.
That's good.
He got the nice hotel waiting for you. Food and drinks at the club. Like, he's one of those guys. Okay. One Mic Entertainment. That's my guy.
I appreciate you, bro.
Cindy, when that hurricane happened, he went to purchase the ticket for me to fly down to Orlando. What the ticket? It's like an average price. Maybe you look up $250 to $350, $250, $300 to get that ticket round trip, right? The ticket prices surged, Cindy, with the hurricane. These tickets were $1,000 to get a $300 ticket became $1,000. And I don't understand why the airline surged the ticket prices when there's disaster in the location where you're trying to fly to. Cindy, why do they do that? And before we get back to, because I still want to know how much money you get when you crash on a plane. Because
it's more dangerous for them to go over there.
So it surged as much as $1,100. So we couldn't find a ticket. We couldn't find me a ticket to get there.
Yeah.
So we found the ticket within his budget, but it had the connecting flight. And that's why I was on this connecting flight. And if for y'all sitting there judging, talking about I don't do connecting flights, guess what, Cindy? There were people from Chicago that went to the airport that had direct flights to whatever destination, and they asses sat there for 3 hours and missed the flight. And they had a nonstop ticket. I just happened to join the party. Cindy, how much does it cost? How much money you get if the plane crashes?
$176,000.
Let's clap. That's light. That's it.
So, and that's if they found. No, that's it. I
Regardless if it's the weather or not.
Yeah, because they have like a scale because it could be more if it's found that it's the airline's fault, but sometimes it's not the airline's fault. It's just nature.
Right. But. So you crash and you get a 176.
Right.
Oh my God.
Yeah, 176.
All that yelling for one. All that yelling for 176. Guys, welcome to the show. Cindy, before we get into some front page news, if you don't mind, could you let them know where we're going to be in the Wilkes-Barre area on January the 6th and the 7th? So for all our people out in the Poconos, because in that area, we're taking a show on the road. We're back in Harlem after Work Vibes on December the 17th. I have that date tomorrow. Go ahead, Cindy.
Yes, House of the Runway presents a winter fashion getaway. This is from Friday, January 6th to Sunday, January 8th. This is in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. It will be featuring New Jersey CEO and WBLS DJ Antoine Qua and friends. The Shawn Harvey Morning Show, will also be performing. There you can see a live podcast taping. So we encourage everybody to come and get your tickets. This will be a really great event, great networking event, great time to get out and start the new year right. For any questions, room bookings, additional information, contact Marco at 973-262-6729. You do not want to miss this.
Thank you so much. And tomorrow I'll make the announcements. We'll be back in Harlem in December of this year. Thank you so much. All right, guys, put a number 1 chat room if you're enjoying the show today. Put a number 2 if you're not. We truly appreciate you. We'll get into some front page news. It's Motivational Monday. Please like and share the Shawn Harvey Morning Show, featuring the Wake Up Team with Cindy J. Only place on earth where you get your morning started right. Why not? Special shout out to Young and Nut. Hold on, let me look. This is the special shout out to Young and Nut. We're gonna go back to Young and Nut. See, you hear that?
I hear it.
Hear that? Huh? We're gonna go back to Young and Nut, in a few. Put a number 1 in your chat room if you're enjoying the show. Put a number 2 if you're not. Let's go. Shout out to DJ Young and Nut. All right, Cindy. What you got going on?
Yeah.
And everybody, Cindy, I just want to say publicly, thank you so much for showing.
You talking to me?
Yeah, I'm talking to you. Jumping out of your comfort zone, Cindy, and apologizing to the one and only Princess Cox. No pause. I really appreciate you.
No problem. I needed to clear my gullet anyway.
All right, go ahead.
Felt it overflowing. I was getting a little ulcer. So
there you go. And shout out to the baby father.
Yeah, shout out to him.
And shout out to that weird stab at Vanetta George.
I was not trying to come for Vanetta.
Oh boy.
I was not.
Hold on, one more time, guys. 8:45. We're gonna go back to Young and Nut. Hey, wait, one quick question. So Young and Nut put up a picture from the past. I think he was sick. He was recovering. I believe.
Yeah.
And it was one of those past pictures you put on Facebook, and I put it in the chat room. I hope you feel better. And he hit me back like, "Yo, that was like 7 years ago." I was like, "My fault." Go ahead. $176,000. That's not a lot of money, Cindy.
I mean, it's not a lot of money.
Crash.
But in conjunction with, other insurance and insurances that you have that could, be good.
So guys, know that plane crash, your loved one's gonna get 176. You're not gonna.
I mean, how long it's gonna take them to get that to you is another question. So I wouldn't,
right.
wouldn't get life insurance based on that. But
that's right. And you know how black folks is. That check ain't come yet.
Yeah.
Where my check?
They got 100 people to cut that check to, and it's gonna be slow.
That's right.
Brooklyn Nets are listing steps for Kyrie Irving before he is to take back the court. He will have a long list of requirements to meet before he can return. The requirements include a $500,000 monetary contribution to combat hate, apologize and condemn the movie Negroes to Hebrews that he had originally posted about, sensitivity training that's to be outlined by the Nets, anti-Semitic training which is to be outlined by the Mets, meet with the ADL and Jewish leaders, and meet with Joe Tsai, who's the owner of the team, to demonstrate his understanding of all of these things that he's been doing. Irving has been suspended indefinitely, but for at least 5 games for his publicizing an anti-Semitic video 10 days ago. The requirement was apparently set by the Nets, but not the league. When asked for comment, the league told sports outlets it was unaware of the depth of what Irving was asked to fulfill by the team and the NBA, and it could not comment on the matter. In addition, Commissioner Adam Silver said he wants to meet with Irving on the controversy. They added that the final condition involves not just meeting with Tsai, but with lead franchise officials, where he will also need to demonstrate the lessons learned and that the gravity of the harm caused in the situation is understood, and provide assurances that this type of behavior will not be repeated. So yeah, that's where he's at right now.
Well, Cindy, my thought is this one, that like if CJ, if making an example of was a picture, it would be Kyrie Irving on that thing. Boy, my Jewish friends in the establishment, and boy, do we know, boy, just put us in check, boy. We know who's running things. If this is not an example of that, like these young folks like Sidney and Jay and all of them say, it's time to stay woke. Because they are coming down on him like that plane came down on me landing to Chicago. The media and the establishment and the NBA has made an example of this man. They suspended him indefinitely, and if you want to come back, this is what you have to do. I wouldn't be surprised if Kyrie Irving refused this. The one thing I do enjoy about Kyrie Irving, boy, he speaks his mind, and this is not a trend. This is who he is. That's why us older folks need to respect these young folks, because trends now, athletes, trends used to be trends back in the day, and it's cute. Trends now can change democracy, knock down walls, and all type of things. Remember when you was yelling out back in the day, they was changing the genders and pansexuals and biracial, binary and all this? I jumped on board right at the top because I knew that this was going to shake the world. But y'all was half y'all was up there defiant. Don't you defy these young folks. Kyrie has the right to say what he wants, when he wants. We all do in this country, whether if you like this country or not. The problem is there's heavy circumstances on speaking your mind publicly because it offends so many people. So what they're gonna do, Cindy? They're gonna embarrass him and get him where, hit him where it hurts in his pocket. Not to say that Kyrie Irving has donated. Cindy, Kyrie Irving has donated a few dollars to the WNBA to offset some of their salaries for the ladies.
Yeah.
He donates money to all these kids and all these foundations. They're not talking about that part of what he does.
Right.
And this movie came out on Amazon Prime, right? And if it was so offensive, why are we not talking about that part of it? But again, this falls into the realm, Cindy, of the
and Jeff Bezos
Colin Kaepernick. He used the almighty platform of the NBA to share his opinion, and they weren't having it. It's run by the Jewish movement. The commissioner of the NBA is a Jewish man. And that's where the owner of the Nets is a Jewish man. and the Jewish folks have almost a monopoly on business in this country, okay? And they always use what they've been through as a race through history to let people know that that we've been through all we've been through. But I mean, the African American race have been through a lot as well. The difference is, Cindy, the Jewish folks have that power than what we have. So what they did, Kyrie said what he said, and he even apologized for it, Cindy. And they wasn't having it. And he was defiant in the beginning. He was very defiant on apologizing, and then they I'm sorry to say, they just try to set him straight. We have the right to say what we want in this country. We still have that right, Cindy. But boy, they came down on him with an unbelievable force of power. And then if Kyrie Irving, back to him, remember last year, it was he didn't want to get vaccinated, right? And that caused a whole big, conversation. Fine. And now this year, and he's going through this. Now remember, Cindy, in the beginning of the year, they didn't extend his contract, the New York Nets,
right?
Because he was looking to he was in his option year, and in any normal circumstances, they would have gave him the mother load and extended the contract. The New Jersey Nets refused, so he's playing his last year. Whatever he's getting paid this year, that's it.
Yeah.
And it's safe to say that maybe the New Jersey Nets want him out of there. I see a bright future for this young man when I talk about in the beginning of this conversation of being trendy and being and having an open mind and a hope and thoughts to life, which Kyrie Irving is a very smart young man. I think he should go into politics or be a community leader. I think he's one of those guys. But boy, he really LeBron James backtracked. He was like, "Hey, listen, we don't, what he said, I don't agree with."
But do you think he's gonna do it? Do you think he's gonna?
No, knowing Kyrie Irving, he's not gonna do it. I think this is the last of Kyrie Irving. We're not gonna see him. I don't think. You see how they put all these what they call them, all these sanctions he got, all these things that he has to do. I don't think he's gonna do it to get back on the basketball court. I'd be shocked if he does. I think this might be the last we see of him.
And this is his last year playing.
And this is the last year of his contract with the Brooklyn Nets.
Oh, okay.
Because they, like I said, they didn't. It was his option year. They could have had the opportunity to, re-up his contract for a few more years. They didn't do it.
Yeah.
Kyrie.
Well, sorry about that for you. I'm sure he's still gonna.
And in the
fine.
beginning of this conversation, I said he does so much for charities, for the WNBA, for all type of foundations in this country. They never talk about that. Okay, what he said, yes, was wrong, and he was very defiant, and they're making an example of him. So let's see what happens moving forward with Kyrie. Will he play? Will he apologize? Will he get on this box and do all of this? I don't know. And again, it goes back to you Brooklyn Net fans that used to be Knicks fans. You stay your ass over there and you deal with all of this. You deal with this. I don't want, I keep saying this, I don't want you Knicks fans. I can't stand you Knicks fans that left the Knicks to go to the Brooklyn Nets. Because the only reason why you did it because you smelt the championship with a big three. You didn't do it because you're like, you know what? Some of y'all did. Some of y'all was like, yo, Brooklyn, this is my home. We got a team. I'm not mad at you for that. You're from Brooklyn. I get it. And there's some people that are Brooklynites that still stay with the Knicks. I respect that too. But for those who jump ship because you were tired because you didn't get a title as a New York Knicks fan, you stay there. Kyrie Irving, God bless you, brother. Because you went up against the beast.
Yeah.
And you see what it is, everybody in America. You see who's running everything.
Right. Or maybe have that conversation and relay it all back to us. So what's the problem? Right. So maybe go do that. Find out why because it seems like there's always been a conversation regarding Black Jewish people and Ashkenazi Jew people. And it seems like every time there tries to be an open conversation about it, people want to throw around the word anti-Semitism. And it's like, well, why don't we have an open conversation about it and see what the problem is? It seems like, a lot of people throw out that word, but what is it actually that they're saying that is denouncing you as a Jewish person? You know what I'm saying?
And it's like, to me, it's a fine line with the anti-Semitism, because like you could say something to a Jewish person, like anything. I don't like your shoes, and then they go right there. So it's a lot going on. And remember back in the day when us black folks used to work for Jewish folks, and they had their holidays and everything was shut down. But when a black person or a Latino wanted to take off, they had a problem with you taking off.
Yeah.
That was a big problem back in the day. And I don't think we have that problem anymore, but that was a serious problem.
Yeah.
So
I would like somebody to address it publicly. It's always like, come here to our mosque and we'll tell you why. Just, open up and say why. Dwayne Wade and his baby mom are going through it right now, where he's being accused of pressuring his daughter, Zaya Wade, his daughter, to be trans, and she's coming out about it. She's claiming the former NBA star is exploiting and pressuring their trans daughter Zaya's gender identity for his financial gain. Her name is, I don't even know if I'm pronouncing this right, Siobhan Funches Wade objected to multiple factors outlined in her husband's petition to legally change the 15-year-old's name. She alleges Wade is positioned to profit from the minor child's name and gender change with various companies through contracts and marketing opportunities, including but not limited to deals with Disney. I have concerns that Dwayne may be pressuring our child to move forward with the name and gender change in order to capitalize on the financial opportunities that he has received. Wade told me that he intended to make our child very famous due to the name and gender issue, and also informed me that there would be endorsements, contracts associated there within. She went on to say that the former pro baller even used their trans daughter's dead name in the court filings with Zion, who was present at the time. She also alleges that because Zaya's transition was so highly publicized, there will likely be media pressure on her to continue. Her filings have yet to be listed on the docket, and Wade has similarly not filed a response. He did basically take to social media to basically, denounce all these claims that she's saying that he's just here to fully support his daughter. He would never do anything for financial gain regarding her life. He also says that, he's given his wife, his ex, an opportunity to be in Zaya's life. And since she was 4 years old, the mother has not been there, and he has every right to change her name, and that she only received notice of this position as a courtesy, and she hasn't been an active parent, so that's why she doesn't understand what's currently going on right now. So, but I doubt he's doing this for money. Like, that sounds crazy.
Cindy,
but I wouldn't put it past nobody.
Cindy, it's the same thing. It's the baby mother and the baby father from hell. That's all this is. First of all, Dwayne Wade's baby mother doesn't even have full custody of the kid.
Right. I think they have 2 kids together, 3 kids together.
I can't remember.
I think they have 2 kids together, and she doesn't have custody of either of them. It's
right.
Zaya and his other son.
Miss, you don't have custody of them. Why don't we get to that first? Regardless of the name change or whatever they want to do over there.
Whatever's going on over there.
Whatever is going on over there, they have every right. And what's the well, now I gotta call a young lady. What's the young lady's name?
Zaya.
Right. Okay. Regardless if she's profiting on business, because they're going to profit, because we talked about trends and we talked about the way the world is shifting today. And you better, these trans folks that are living out here, you better give them the utmost respect, because down the road they're gonna be ruling this whole thing. And how do we say that? Shawn, how do you say that? Look, they are just waiting for the name and the gender to clear, because the Disney Corporation and all these mega businesses in this country are embracing that community, Cindy.
Yeah.
Because there's a large majority of gay folks who support these businesses.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, you're sitting there talking about it's nonsense. No, it's not. The baby mother do have a point. They're going to get this money. But this is none of your business, miss. They are living their best life over there. You're the angry baby mother. He doesn't want you no more. You sound like a fool out here in these streets. What you going to do, take him to court? We can't do anything. What are you going to do? Yeah. They don't even like you over there. They blocked you from social media. Him and the wife. What's the wife's name? The one that we love to death.
Gabrielle Union.
Boy, let me clap for her. I love that woman.
Hey, Gabby.
Cindy, are you a Gabrielle Union fan?
I mean, I am, but she did, like, in her book, she did talk about how, like, when she was coming up, like, in the game, in acting, she used to be, like, a mean girl to other black women because of that feeling of, like, I have to get the role. You know what I mean? Right. So, kind of me is kind of like, girl, are you still like that? But, Cindy, I appreciate your transparency.
Yeah, but Cindy, is that the only thing? Because if that's the only thing that's bothering you about it, then it might be some hate there.
I don't like that. Because it was like at the time you were aware of what you were doing and you continued to do that. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. But go ahead. But yeah, she's cute. All the things that she's doing now, embracing family. Blah, blah, blah.
I follow this young lady on social media. She's amazing, inspiring to me. She's so funny. She's older than her husband. She's fine as hell. She's a smart woman. And of course, she got a lot to do with this behind the scenes. You know what I mean? She has a lot to do because there's no way in hell, no disrespect to Dwayne Wade, he cannot articulate his feelings to this situation like she can. That's a very smart woman. And the only thing she's doing in these statements, I wouldn't be surprised if she's writing the statements and he's reading them. There's nothing wrong with that as well. But I tell you one thing, to that baby mother, you got Gabrielle over there, and she's shutting your ass down, bitch. You're done. And the son fell in love with Gabrielle and that whole lifestyle. They don't even come over to visit you.
Right.
Why are we doing that? Leave that little boy alone. Little girl alone. They're living their best lives over there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's just...
Some of your baby mothers, y'all so angry. Baby fathers, you so angry. You lost. It didn't win. It didn't work out for you. You move on. The relationship didn't work. And then when the baby mother or the baby father gets into a great relationship, you mad. What you mad for? You little mad or big mad? I tell you what it is. You're big mad. Because you can't see your baby father or your baby mother happy. Is your baby father, Cindy J, is he little mad or big mad? About nothing. There's nothing going on for you.
There's nothing going on.
Right, what else? Go Jets. There's nothing going on.
Yeah, the Jets are doing good right now, right? They're
Cindy,
still
we
doing
are 6-2. We beat the crap
Whoa,
out of the Buffalo
6-2?
Bills.
That means we're in the top 10.
Let me double check that.
Right? Go Jets.
Yo, we beat the Buffalo Bills yesterday, Cindy, who is one of the top teams in the NFL. Cindy, the Jets are 6 wins and 3 losses.
And you know what my mom told me, Shawn? That my grandma used to knit Jets sweaters for my grandfather and his friends because they were Jet fans. So, my gosh, I think I am a Jets person.
No, right, you're a generational Jet fan.
Yeah.
It's class.
Like, I don't know. My dad is not into sports, and my mom is really, like, she knows football, like, really good. Like, right. How, like, when stuff is going on, she'll be like, okay, that's a first and then or whatever. She's always, like, explaining it. But, yeah, she says that he was into the Jets. So
now, like I said last week, guys, if the Jets continue to win, and I posted on my social media page yesterday, we don't want no new friends.
Yeah, we really don't.
We don't want no new friends. We don't want no gear shifting. If you're a Giant fan, same thing. Even though the Giants are winning.
Did they play the Giants yet?
Nah, I don't think they play them this year.
Oh, know.
They usually play them in
Wouldn't
the regular
that be
season.
a good thing to go to, like the Giants versus the Jets?
Well,
Do they not play because they're both New York?
No, they don't play as much because they're in different conferences. The Giants are in the National Football Conference, and the Jets are in the American Football Conference. So what they do now, the conferences play each other. Different conferences, different divisions in the conference play each other throughout the year. Every year. For example, the Jets is an American Conference. They might play the teams in the National Conference in the Midwest Division, like say the Chicago Bears and the Detroits and the Green Bays. They do it that way now. So when the next time it's time for the Jets to play the National Conference East Division, it would be the Dallas and the Giants and the Eagles and all that. But I tell you one thing, the way these Jets are winning, we might be going to the Super Bowl. Okay, we lost the game last week that we shouldn't lost, but we are winning these games, and we beat the number one ranked team in our conference, the Buffalo Bills, who runs close to second to the Kansas City Chiefs. The Jets are for real right now. And let me tell you something: if the Jets win 2 or 3 more games in a row, we're shutting this thing down on that Monday, and we're having a Jets tailgating party right here.
Woo! Jets, let's go.
Jets, Jets. What did the rest of the league do? Even I don't care. What did Prentice team do? I don't even care about the rest of it.
Well, I'm very excited about this for my team because I just realized, I am a Jets fan last year. So there we go. Aaron Carter, the brother of Nick Carter from the Backstreet Boys, has passed away, unfortunately. He was found dead Saturday at his house in Lancaster, California. His body was found in his bathtub by his house sitter, and they called authorities. Law enforcement sources say homicide detectives have been dispatched to the scene, but they have no evidence or information of foul play. However, it is standard operating procedure for homicide detectives to investigate such scenes. Aaron shot to fame back in the late 1990s as a pop singer, releasing 4 studio albums, starting with his self-titled album in 1997 when he was only 9. After his first album sold a couple million copies, his second album, Aaron's Party, tripled that number. He did become a regular on Nickelodeon. He used to tour with his brother and the Backstreet Boys, and he transitioned into rap as his music career progressed, and he also appeared on Dancing with the Stars and acted in the Broadway production Seussical. Aaron had tons of legal and substance abuse issues over the years, infamously going on The Doctors a couple of years ago and talking about all the pills he was taking. He's also been into rehab numerous times. Aaron is survived by his son, Prince, and he was only 34 years old. It's actually kind of sad about Aaron. I used to follow I was a Backstreet Boys fan, heavy, back in the day. So I was very familiar with Aaron Carter and, his slow decline. So it's kind of sad.
Well, he's in your age bracket, 34. Not your age bracket no more.
He is my peer.
No, he's not. You're 36. You're done.
So what? Sad.
You 1 year removed from that.
Anyway.
But as identifiable, of course, Aaron Carter, right? Carter, Backstreet Boys, Backstreet Boys. Stupid song.
I can't tell you any Aaron's hits because it was just like.
Yo,
he got to fame because of his brother. I mean, that's it. He was just literally riding Nick's coattails.
Yeah, well.
So I'm sorry. Sorry to this man.
Well, he remembered his last hit the other night. This is coming from a drug addict. I know what the power of addiction is, and only by the grace of God, I'm still here. And the drugs today, I think, are more lethal than they were back in my day. I guess we had the usual, ODs with the dope fiends every once in a while, and the crackheads and all that. But they got this new fentanyl, new cocaine. They got this hybrid out here, and if you become addicted to it, it's a wrap. And our condolences go out to this young man, his family, man. It's just the addictive personality, something that's so insidious, and it's such a lonely death. You know what I mean? Like you get those drugs, and you go into some hotel room, and you don't want nobody to know your business, and the next thing you know, this some lady that's cleaning the hotel opens up the door because you've been in there from 4 o'clock in the afternoon and you're dead. What they always say, maybe he's in a better place, not suffering. Addiction is real. I mean, we've all dealt with it, whether if you were addicted to drugs or not, like myself, or you were the codependent, Cindy, the family member. Put a number one chat room. Are you the family member of someone that you know, of friends that have been addicted to drugs and alcohol? Because we've all been through it, I think. Yeah. Cindy, if there's someone that's close in your family or friends that's been addicted to drugs that affected your life in any way, form, or fashion?
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, there you go.
Yeah, it's something that people deal with, so.
All right, well, our condolences are 34 years old, so young, you know what I mean? And, that's it. You're gone. You're done.
So sad.
Sad. Is it sad? Yeah, it is very sad. But there's other kids, there's other young folks out here that are dying every day. It happens to be he's a sort of a celebrity, and he passes away. And then they got Cindy. They got on me. And it's just
so many celebrities that are just passing so fast.
Cindy, folks got on me last week because I didn't know what I was talking about and totally disagreed with me when Coach Deion Sanders sequestered the team in Houston following the shooting of the rapper Takeoff from Amigos, right? Mm-hmm. And I was like, well, if they're gonna do that in Houston, then all these collegiate coaches should do that throughout the country and sequester all these folks. But Cindy, they got on me in the chat room like it was no tomorrow. Like I didn't know what I was talking about. But recently there was a kid yesterday on Saturday that got shot and killed by another black kid, or I think it was 22 years old in Irvington, New Jersey. That I know. I know the mother, Cindy.
Right.
I know the mother of this young man that passed away. And she's on Facebook crying and she's on social media, and I'm following her, and I reached out to her for my condolences. So why don't we shut down collegiate football in Irvington, New Jersey? That was my point. But it's business as usual.
Because
it's business as usual. If you're going to shut down, if Deion Sanders is going to say, yo, we're going to Houston, and your kids got to stay in there because this guy got shot, let's shut it all down. Because they're still playing football in Irvington, New Jersey.
Yeah, but that
So does all the lives matter?
Yeah, but just because he did that, number one, it doesn't mean that's going to stop any type of violence. But also, number two, that was just his choice to do that.
I understand
Everybody doesn't need to follow
I understand that. But if you were going to do it, let's just do it.
What? And people were upset that he did it.
Thank you, because I'm one of them.
Oh, my gosh.
And my condolences to the young lady on Facebook that I know that son tragically passed away doing the boy. She put the news article on her page, and her son unfortunately got shot and killed by another guy. He's 22 years old. Continue.
What? With gun violence?
Yeah, gun violence. They're trying to find a young man now, and she's posting all these articles, and I'm following her, and it's so sad that this woman, is going through this. And then she even posting. She posts. She said, "I want to know who killed my son." Cap letters. Oh. I was like, oh my.
It's so sad. I know. I really.
So let's shut down football in Irvington.
No. The next story.
She said, "You're in the city." Nah, we're not gonna do that. Okay, you right.
You know me. I don't like sports anyway. I say shut it all down.
I heard that.
Lamar Odom.
But you got heavily criticized when Cindy was like, when Brittany Griner was locked up, shut down WNBA.
No.
Shut it off, bring it down until she comes out.
Because you were talking about.
Remember that, guys?
You were, first of all, I was saying
you said that
in response to.
You said that.
I said that in response to, if you really want to show support or do something for her, then y'all would have been paying them what they needed to be paid, so they wouldn't have to be going overseas. Or shut down. The WNBA, that really shows solidarity with her over there. If you wanted to do that, I didn't say that they should do that. I said that would be showing solidarity, not telling them not to go play over, or if the people overseas not playing. Bro. Yes, because that would really show something. If they stop playing and we stop playing over here, Hello, that would send a message to somebody, but nobody cares. Everybody, just like the people in this country don't riot. They just, okay, it doesn't have to do with me. It's not over here. And that's why things stay the way that they are, because nobody wants to do anything.
What else you got?
Lamar Odom says a fan gifted him back the NBA championship
did that.
ring. Oh, they did? Oh, okay. Well, then the next story that I have for you, Drake seemingly confirms his $500 million record deal from his new project, Her Loss, that he signed. On the song Major Distribution, off of his song with 21 Savage, he says a line, 500 million just for Aubrey. The lyric is likely in reference to his rumored re-signing with Universal earlier this year, at which the time he was reported to have netted $400 million from signing that deal. This expansive, multifaceted deal would cover his recordings, publishing, merchandise, and visual media projects. Drake and 21 Savage released an album this weekend called Her Loss, where they've seemingly come at a few female rappers. He came at Ice Spice, who is a new Brooklyn rapper, talking about how she raps, how she's a 10, but she just doesn't know how to rap and she should stick to not rapping. He came at Serena Williams' husband, saying, sidebar, Serena, your husband a groupie. He claimed, we don't got a problem, but no boo. It's like you coming for sushi. We might pop up on him like a Suzuki. So he says that in the song. He also comes at saying that Megan Thee Stallion didn't actually get shot. To which Megan Thee Stallion said, stop using my shooting for clout. Since when is it cool to joke about women getting shot? Especially you rap neighbors are really lame, ready to boycott about shoes and clothes, but dogpile on a black woman when she says one of your homeboys shot her. So she seemingly came at him for that. So he, the album seems to be doing really good. It has over 100,000 downloads already. A lot of people are listening to it, but he's seeming to piss some people off on the music industry. But shout out to him on getting the $500 million deal. It's seemingly the biggest record deal in history.
Hold on a second. Okay, so rocking out on a Sunday, why not? Okay, listen, guys.
Give me a fat man.
This is Young Enough. We're going to play Young Enough in a few minutes.
Give me a fat
We're going to get out of here in a minute. DJ Young Supreme tomorrow. Zeem and all the other DJs. Thank you so much right now. DJ Young Enough. We're going to enjoy him in a few minutes. Cindy.
Yeah.
I was a Drake fan. Am I still a Drake fan? Yeah, I love that music. But the thing that turned me off with Drake, sort of like you talked about Gabrielle, being, I think, overly ambitious about getting these roles back in the days and pushing them other black actresses out the way. I think that's funny. Drake is notorious for always trying to take somebody else's women away from them. I don't like that.
What?
The stories always come up with him trying to bag other females that are in relationships with other, and he has he has that ability to do it. I mean, I think he could snatch up my wife. I don't like that. Shout out to his $500 million deal, the most in history as far as monetarily. That's what's up. And there's some Drake songs I do love, and I'm for sure we all do. But to have that reputation of taking or talking to your other men, women that are in committed relationships because you have the power to do so, is super narcissistic to me and very disrespectful. And Drake, be careful out in these streets. You're going to run into the right one. And guys that are like that, and women, but mostly men who are like that disrespect those boundaries on a regular basis, check yourself. Because you're going to wind up in a terrible position because you're going to run into the right one. Fellas, refrain from that. For him to say to a young lady that you're not a good enough rapper, it's nothing wrong with him saying that. That's his professional opinion because he's a dope-ass rapper. So rappers, and he got a $500 million deal, and he has hits throughout the years. So when he says, I don't like that person for rapping, or I think she's not a good rapper, he can say that. Because he has the hits and the lyrics to back it up.
Oh, please.
Hold on. And sometimes, some of you female rappers that are out here, you're trash. And sometimes so you need to hear that. Because some of you female rappers, especially you battle rappers and all y'all look absolutely beautiful with nothing to say.
You thought I was
Because you
feeling
think that the optics will get you over because you're so beautiful. There's nothing wrong with that. Whatever gets you where you need to be, I understand it. That ain't happening for me. Look at this face. I got to go on pure talent. So for him to say that, it's a good look. Okay, Megan, calm down. You got shot in the thigh, whatever in the ass. People going to talk about that for the rest of their life. Okay? So he's using that platform, and honestly, he don't need your help for your popularity and your numbers, but it's just something that everybody's going to talk about. To the other female rapper that's trash, you should be grateful. You're a new rapper from Brooklyn?
From the Bronx.
Oh, from the X? No, I thought you said Brooklyn City.
No, she's from the Bronx. Ice Spice. You know the one with the orange curly hair?
I thought you said Brooklyn.
No, she's from the Bronx.
Okay, I don't. Well,
Maybe
first
you
of all,
misheard.
don't disrespect my Bronx rappers. I'm from the X.
You just disrespected her.
I didn't know that she was from the Bronx.
She's from the Bronx.
But even if you're from the Bronx and you're not a good enough rapper, you're just not a good enough rapper. Get up in the lab and
her
and rap.
producer, whoever is giving her them beats though.
Yeah,
it's
and that's
fire.
what it's about. But you know what? What about what the young folks call it? Bars.
Nobody cares about bars anymore. That was in the old school rap days. The people that invented hip hop, yeah, they cared about
The
bars.
dusty ones?
The dusty ones where it was all about being lyrically
You don't
superior.
stop, keep on.
Yeah, they don't
That's
care.
where I'm from.
They don't care about today. They just want something you could twerk to. You know what I'm saying? Put a little beat today.
Yeah, but put a little
So
beat
we can
to-
hang
but-
out with
but
their
how many
wretched
times-
ass friends.
But Cindy, how many times have we seen interviews with female rappers or male rappers when they on podcasts or radio shows and the host asks them to drop bars and they can't drop bars?
Nah, they can't.
They can't drop the bars. So
You
what
know
are
who
we
just
doing?
dropped bars? That
Drop
guy.
bars.
The guy from Abbott Elementary. What's his name? That he was on Everybody Hates Chris. They had him going
I know
around.
his mother.
He did a. Oh, you do?
Mm-hmm.
Well, he just did an interview. I think it was with Sway. I don't know. It was on Sirius, and he like dropped some serious fire. So everybody's like, when is his rap album coming out?
Yeah, well, you know,
But the female rappers are, I feel like, dominating the industry right now.
Oh yeah, they are.
How many
There's a
hot male rappers are out right now?
Yeah, but there's only a small percentage of top female rappers like in the 1 percentile.
Yeah, that are
That's
actually like
giving
really
that
good
smoke.
and saying
But
something.
the rest of them are trash.
I mean, I'm saying they coming with it.
I hear that.
I'm here for it.
I don't know. I don't like female rappers.
You thought I was feeling you? That's my song right now.
What's the bars? I thought that's the bars.
That's
I thought
it.
I was feeling you.
The neighbor's a munch. That's it. That's that song.
You know
I
who was
listen to it
dropping
all the
bars
time.
back in the day?
Who?
Like MC Shyrock from the Funky
Okay.
Four.
The Powerball.
What you mean? You okay?
Powerball jackpot. Because you taking it all the way back.
If it wasn't for Shyrock and them, there wouldn't be no female rappers.
You're right. You're right. You're right,
You
Sean.
gotta respect that.
Yeah, so we respect it. We just
You-
we've
I-
heard,
you
we've heard
don't
about it.
respect
We've
it
heard
because
about
I
it.
can
We've
feel-
heard about it.
I feel your energy. And Shyrock has called in this show.
You know what it's like when we talk about black people problems and somebody brings up slavery and everybody's like, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of how it feels when we talk about music today and you bring up, the Funky Four and Floorboard. With all due respect. I say that with all due respect.
I don't
but
think
you know
so.
what I'm saying. Powerball jackpot jumps to $1.9 billion after no ticket won Saturday's drawing. Y'all
Look.
know.
Say Jazzy Jeff.
Do you wanna rock? Do you wanna dance?
You know I want a boogie.
Do you wanna
Do you want
rock?
Are you willing to take the chance?
That's music.
Do you
Wanna
want
rock? Come on.
Do you want to dance? We know that you
Do it.
Do you
Wanna rock? Are you willing to take the chance?
Okay,
Cindy, that's it.
I know. Definitely heavily copyrighted. Have to pause that.
It was Shyrock's part.
Yeah, we can't play that on here right now. But you guys know where you can go to find all those hits. Some of you only have to go to your living room.
They love it, City. Come on, y'all. Do you want to rock? Come on, Cindy.
You can't
Do
play
you
this.
want to dance? I can talk over it. Come on, Cindy. Do you
I don't
want
know
to
the
rock?
words,
Are
so.
you willing to take the chance? Come on, Cindy.
I have nothing to say to this. This is not my song.
And at the same time,
Let's try
that's
rock,
what
City.
you want. On the same identical beat
one
one
time.
time. As we possess the beat that'll make you wanna rock,
Taking you down to the very last stop, baby. Go ahead, Shawn Rock. Go ahead.
We are the funky.
I understand this does something for you in a time when you can remember it. Okay. The Powerball jackpot jumps to 1.9 billion after no ticket won Saturday's drawing. Monday's drawing has a cash option of $929 million. The winning Powerball numbers drawn Saturday night for the estimated 1.6 billion prize were 28, 45, 53, 56, 69, and the Powerball number was 20. Like the rest of America and the world, I think we're all eager to find out when this historic jackpot will eventually be won. Powerball said 16 tickets, including 3 sold in California, 2 in Colorado and Pennsylvania, and 1 each in Florida, New Jersey, New York, South Dakota, won $1 million by matching all 5 white balls. The Powerball jackpot reached an estimated $1.6 billion on Friday. The record-setting jackpot has ballooned after 39 consecutive drawings yielded no grand prize winner. The Saturday drawing marked the 40th Powerball drawing since the jackpot was last won in Pennsylvania on August 3rd. The cash value of Saturday's jackpot would have been $782 million. So Monday's drawing will tie the game record for the number of drawings in a row without a grand prize winner. So tickets cost $2 and are sold in 45 U.S. states. So the drawing is going to be live Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday at 10:59. So you guys make sure you go out and go get your tickets today for tonight's drawing. It could be you.
City, are you going to purchase a ticket?
Yeah, I will. I told you I was supposed to do it Friday and I didn't for Saturday's drawing.
Right.
So-
But nobody hit it anyway.
Nobody hit it anyway. Maybe that was a sign for me to play it for tonight. So I'm going to go tonight because I'm actually going to go to a store. I think I have a lottery online account, but I don't trust it. So I'm going to go buy the ticket.
So are you going to have that same philosophy you had the other day where you're going to buy like $20 worth of tickets? Because I'm going to buy.
Yeah, I'll buy $20 because even if I don't get the grand prize, what if I win the smaller prizes? Like, look, I'm cool with 50,000, 100,000.
Yeah, no doubt.
Whatever the combination of balls could be. I'm going to take that money. So if
that's
that could up my chances.
Okay. I'm going to get 2 numbers. I guess $2. Quick pick is, I mean, the mega
Isn't
ball
it
is $2.
$2, and then you can like do the power play, which is an additional $1, which will triple your winnings or something, right? Is that what that does when you get that?
I don't know. Guys, let
Or
us
I
know.
think it triples the white ball. I don't know. Something when you do the power play, it like increases your payout, I think.
Guys, put a number in the chat room if you enjoyed the show today. Put a number 2 if you're not. Cindy, I'm going to purchase my mega ball.
Okay.
And give
Your
it to
power ball.
Oh, I'm sorry. My power ball
Yes.
for 1.6 billion.
1.9. It's probably going to be up to 2 billion by tonight.
And if the cash payout is 900 million,
$929,100,000.
that's crazy. Yeah.
Somebody tell me again how this goes to benefit older Pennsylvanians.
Because they're still old.
Right. My grandma's still out here.
Right.
I don't see her getting
Right.
I don't see her getting any check. That's what they should do. When they should give a portion of it as it continues to grow to these older Pennsylvanians. My grandma ain't never got nothing from
Right.
Pennsylvania.
No check from the lottery?
So how does this benefit older Pennsylvanians?
Exactly.
Can somebody answer that for me? All of these politicians out here. Yeah, are you guys ready? Voting is tomorrow too. So for all those that
We'll
participate
talk
in
about that. Cindy, are you here tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay. Guys, that's it. Right. We're done, right? Okay. Anything else?
No.
All right, guys. Cindy, one more time, real quick. We're in Pennsylvania. Where are we going to be on June the 6th through the 8th, if you don't mind? Guys, put a number in the chat room if you enjoyed the show today. Put a number 2 if you're not.
We are going to be in Wilkes-Barre for the house. I'm going to tell you right now because I've been saying it all morning. We are going to be for the house the Runway presents Winter Fashion Getaway, featuring New Jersey CEO and WBLS DJ Anton Qua and
Who's a friend of the show.
Yes, he's also a friend of the show. We are going to be there January 6th through the 8th in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. You will catch a live broadcast taping of the Shawn Harvey Morning Show, as well as other events and activities. So you definitely want to make sure you start off your new year right and make sure you are here for this event. We can't wait to see you all there. Any information, tickets, bookings, you want to contact Marco at 973-262-6729. You want to do that.
Thank you so much, St. J. Before you give the last word, I just want to say tomorrow we have the definite date. We're coming back to Harlem, comedy in Harlem in December the 15th through the 17th. I know what day. I'm going to have that date tomorrow. Y'all come on out again. We're going to actually give away some free passes to that as well. So y'all come on out. We're taping again. We're getting all this together. Thank you so much for coming out a few weeks back. We're back again. So we want you guys to come on out and have a good time. Shawn Harvey One Show featuring the Wake Up Team. Live podcast taping, after work event, comedy in Harlem. That date is tomorrow. I'll give it to you. I'll give you the date tomorrow. So God bless you guys. Cindy, look in that camera if you don't mind. And, we're gonna turn it over to our guy. Here go our guy right here. Our guy Young Enough. Wait, just so going over to the our participating apps to enjoy Young Enough. Cindy, go ahead. Last word if you don't mind.
Yes. See you guys all tomorrow. Can't wait to see you.
All right, we're out.
Ethel, I think this party's a bit too wild. That guy there was talking about house music. I don't know what it is, Ethel.
Great show, guys.
Oh my God, look at that guy with the green hair. Ethel, let's get out of here.